Imagine trying to use your favorite app, but you can't read the text, can't tap the buttons, or voice commands just don't work. Frustrating, right? Now think about this. Millions of people face this barrier every single day. Hey everyone, welcome back to B2Q Innovation. Today we are talking about something incredibly important: accessibility in mobile applications. Whether you are a developer, designer, or just a tech enthusiast, you need to understand why accessibility isn't optional anymore. Why? Well, around 1 in 5 people globally live with a disability. That's a huge part of your user base. Making your apps accessible doesn't just help people, it opens up your app to millions of new users and create a more inclusive experience. Stick around because we will dive into the whys, the hows, and the whats of mobile accessibility. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. So let's jump in with why accessibility should be at the top of your checklist when developing your next mobile app. So, why exactly does accessibility matter in mobile apps? Well, for one, it's not just about making your app easier to use, it's about making sure everyone can use it. Accessibility can be a difference between a usable app and an unusable one for millions of people. First off, it's the law. Regulations like ADA and the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines WCAG 2.1 require apps to be accessible. But it's not just about compliance, it's also about doing what's right. By ignoring accessibility, you're effectively excluding a large portion of your potential users. Let's put it in perspective. Imagine you're using an app, but you can't see the buttons. The text is too small, or there is no way to hear instructions. For many users, this is a daily experience. But with accessible design, you empower users who are visually impaired, hard of hearing, or have motor disabilities. Do you know that people with disabilities and their families control $13 trillion in global spending power? Making your app accessible doesn't just help users, it can be a huge business opportunity. You are not just doing the right thing, you are also making a smart business move by expanding your app's reach. Take a look at apps like Uber, Spotify, or Microsoft Teams. They have all invested heavily in accessibility and it's paid off. This app don't just work for some people, they work for everyone. So now that we have covered why accessibility is crucial, let's dive into the core features every app should have to be a truly accessible. So, what are the core accessibility features that every app should have? Well, these are the tools that make sure your app works for everyone, regardless of ability. Let's go over the most important ones you need to know. First up, we have got screen readers, an absolute must for users with visual impairment. Features like VoiceOver on iOS or TalkBack on Android read out the content of your app, letting users navigate even if they can't see the screen. And don't forget about voice commands. For users with limited mobility, being able to control the app with just their voice can make all the difference. Next up is adjustable text size. Not everyone has 20 by 20 vision, and for those who need a little extra help, being able to scale text up or down is a game changer. Make sure your app supports this natively so users don't struggle to read. And then there is high contrast modes. For users with low vision or color blindness, high contrast setting ensure that the text is easy to read and buttons stand out. Now let's talk about alternative input methods. For users with limited dexterity, touchscreens can be tricky. Ensure your app supports larger touch targets and works with styluses or adaptive controllers. If your app has audio or video content, always include subtitles or closed captions. This is critical for users who are hard of hearing, but it's also great for anyone who prefer watching videos without sound. And don't underestimate the power of haptic feedback. Those small vibrations that let users know they have successfully tapped a button or received a notification. This is incredibly helpful for users with visual impairment. And now that we have covered the core features, let's talk about how to design your app from ground up with accessibility in mind. So, we have covered the essential accessibility features. Now, let's dive into how you can design your app from ground up with accessibility in mind. Because great accessibility starts with great design. The first principle, simple and intuitive navigation. Your users should never have to wonder where to go next. Clear, consistent navigation with easily recognizable icons and menus can make your app easy to use for everyone. Next, color contrast is crucial. Always ensure your app uses high contrast color combinations like black text on a white background to make content easy to read, especially for users with low vision or color blindness. Another key element is large touch target. Buttons and links should be big enough for users with motor impairment or those who might struggle with fine motor skills. Keep your touch target at least 44 by 44 pixels to ensure easy tapping. Don't forget text alternatives. If your app uses images, icons, or any non text content, you need to provide descriptive alt text. This ensures that users with screen readers can understand what's on the screen without needing to see it. Next, think about flexible input methods. Some users prefer to use a stylus, while others may rely on voice command or adaptive devices. Your app should be responsive to different input methods, making it easier for everyone to use. When users make mistakes, your app should provide clear, accessible feedback. For example, if a form field is incomplete or incorrect, display error messages that are easy to read and understand. This helps users correct their mistakes without frustration. Design is just the start. In next chapter, we will look at how to test your app for accessibility and make sure it's truly accessible for everyone. Designing with accessibility in mind is just the first step. Now it's time to test your app to make sure it actually works for all users. Let's talk about some effective ways to do that. The first method is to test your app manually with assistive technologies. Turn on tools like VoiceOver or TalkBack and try to navigate through your app as if you were visually impaired. Can you easily move between screens? Is the content read out correctly? Next, use color contrast checkers to ensure your app meets the WCAG standard for contrast ratios. This helps users with low vision or color blindness clearly see and understand your app's content. Don't forget to run your app through automated testing tools like Google Lighthouse, X, or Wave. These tools can catch common accessibility issues such as missing alt text, improper heading structures, and unlabeled buttons. But the most important test of all, real user testing. Work with people who have disabilities to see how they interact with your app. No amount of automated testing can replace real feedback from the users you're trying to support. Once you have collected all your feedback, it's time to fix those issues. Remember, accessibility is an ongoing process, not a one time task. Review your test results, update your app, and keep improving. Great work. After testing and improving, you're well on your way to building an accessible app. In the next chapter, we will talk about how to stay on top of evolving accessibility standards to keep your app future proof. Accessibility isn't static, it's constantly evolving. As new technologies emerge and user needs change, accessibility standards are updated to reflect these shifts. So, how do you keep your app accessible and compliant in the long run? Let's find out. One of the most important resources to follow is the WCAG, the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. These standards are updated regularly with new versions like WCAG 2.1 and the upcoming WCAG 3.0 setting the rules for how accessible apps should be. But it's not just about guidelines, it's also about legal regulations. In many countries, accessibility is a legal requirement. Stay informed on laws like the American with Disabilities Act ADA in the US or the EU Accessibility Act to avoid costly penalties and make sure your app is compliant. To stay on top of trends, follow accessibility communities and industry leaders. Platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, and dedicated accessibility forums are great places to connect with others in the field, share insight, and learn about the new tools or best practices. Don't forget to use automated accessibility tools like Lighthouse and X regularly. The tools are frequently updated with the latest standards, so by using them, you can catch any accessibility issues as soon as they arise. Another great way to stay current is through ongoing user testing. Work with users who have diverse disabilities and test your app regularly. This helps you identify new issues and make sure your app remains accessible over time. Make accessibility a priority in your app updates. Every time you release a new feature or redesign, include accessibility improvement. This ensures that your app is not only compliant but continuously improving. Finally, attend accessibility conferences and webinars to stay informed about the latest innovations. Events like CSUN Assistive Technology Conference or Global Accessibility Awareness Day provide incredible insights into what's coming next in the world of accessibility. Staying up to date with accessibility standard is key to creating apps that are inclusive for everyone. So remember, keep learning, keep testing, and keep improving. We have come a long way in understanding the importance of accessibility in mobile apps. From key features to designing for accessibility testing and staying updated with standard. It's clear that accessibility isn't just a one time project, it's a continuous commitment. As technology continues to evolve, accessibility will become even more important. It's no longer just about compliance, it's about creating a better experience for everyone, regardless of their abilities. Whether it's a voice command, gesture based interface, or emerging technologies like eye tracking, the future of mobile app is all about inclusion. AI and machine learning are already playing a huge role in future of accessibility. From AI-powered screen readers to real-time translation for sign language, these technologies are breaking down barriers faster than ever. As developer, it's our job to harness its potential to make our app more inclusive. It's not just about adding accessibility at the end. It's about making it a core value in our design and development process. Every feature, every update should consider how it impacts all users. By adapting a accessibility first mindset, you can create a product that works for everyone, not just some. When you prioritize accessibility, you're not just following guidelines, you're changing lives. Inclusive design creates apps that serve people from all walks of life, building a world where technology is a tool for empowerment. So let's make accessibility part of the DNA of our app. Future proof your app by ensuring it's built for everyone. Together, we can create a more inclusive future where technology serves us all. We have covered a lot in this video about how to make mobile app more accessible and inclusive. But remember, accessibility isn't a one-time task. It's an ongoing journey. Whether you are just starting out or refining your app, the steps you take today will help create a better future for all users. So I encourage you to start making changes now, whether it's improving color contrast, adding alt text, or ensuring full keyboard navigation. Every improvement counts. Small steps lead to big results in the world of accessibility. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and follow us on our social media channels for more tips, guides, and deep dives into the world of app development, accessibility, and AI. And don't forget, you are not alone in this journey. Join the community of developers, designers, and accessibility advocates who are working together to make this digital world more inclusive. Together, we can push the boundaries of what's possible. So, as you go forward, remember to keep innovating and make accessibility a core value in everything you create. It's not just about compliance, it's about crafting experience that truly works for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos on accessibility and AI and let's continue this journey together.